Okay, I would like to introduce Mr. Indrawan Nugroho, the co-founder of Kubik and CEO Cipta Consulting. And he will deliver the presentation about project management in the era of uncertainty. Please allow us to introduce himself as follows. Haji. Mr. Indra.
Mr. Indrawan Nugroho has been trusted to deliver seminars and personal development training on a variety of audiences. Also the staff up to the heads of the major companies in Indonesia and some neighboring countries in Asia.
Besides that, he also a communication consultant and has become manager press and information center of UNDP's election commission in 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr.
Indrawan Nugroho.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang, salam sejahtera untuk kita semuanya. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? Good? Okay, good. So we had lunch and we are ready for these presentations. But before, let me introduce myself. My name is Indrawan Nugroho. You can call me by my first name, Indra. It's very simple to remember. And I'm an entrepreneur as well as consultant. I have 4 companies active today, and I'm consulting for companies. There are about 150 companies now that become our clients, mainly focus on human resources development. But just earlier this year, I started a new consulting company called Cipta, which is not a human resources development company, but instead a business innovation consulting companies. But the similarity between those two consulting activities, either people development or business innovation consulting activity, is one thing. And that one thing is the topic which I'd like to discuss today. And that thing is leadership. But before we getting into the presentation, since I think we are here with a full stomach, if you don't mind, I like to ask you to do some movement before we start. Is that okay? Moving our body a little bit. Is that okay? Okay? Okay. So what we are going to do is just 5 minutes. Do you know about brain gym? Do you know about brain gym? Okay? Okay. We are not going to do that. Okay. Instead, we are going to do a different kind of gym, which is facial gym, right? So how do you do it? It's very simple. All you have to do is just move the muscle on your face, right? Just trying to, could you please, okay.
I love my girl.
No. Okay. Could you stop the music? Not now. Not now, dimatikan dulu Pak musiknya. Okay, let's freshen up a little bit. This is called facial gym. What you have to do is very simple. You move the muscle around your face. Okay, we freshen up a little bit. Hopefully, after that, we are more focused, more concentrating on the presentations. So, this is what you do. You begin with the muscles on your forehead, right? Okay, follow what I do. You do this, okay? You move your forehead up and down like that. Yes, beautiful. Yes, okay. Okay. Okay, so after your forehead, then move down to your eyes, muscles around your eyes. Okay, you blink like this. Yeah, blinking. Okay, with all the power you have. Okay, it's very good. Okay, anybody's doing it? Everybody's doing it? Okay, now, after the eyes, then going down to your nose. So move your nose, sort of like, yeah, exactly. It's like sniffing something. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, good. Okay. Now, after the nose, then you go down to your mouth. Right? You open up your mouth, it's just like when you are saying A, I, U, E, O, but without sound. Okay, okay. Lastly, your cheek, you do this. It's like washing your mouth with water, but no water. Okay? So it's easy, right? Everybody can do it. Okay, can you? Right, okay, now, after this, there are some other movements which I will let you know when we already start the gym, right? I'll let you know later on. Okay, now, you guys ready? Okay, so we will begin by please standing up. Yeah, please standing up. And find a partner. Please find a partner. Okay, can be just the person next to you. Find a partner. Okay, everybody has a partner? Everybody? Okay. Okay, now please stand up facing your partner. So you have to stand up facing your partner. Okay. Okay, great. During the whole exercise, please look at your partner's face. And when you are doing the exercise, facial gym like this, okay, keep looking at your partner's face and try as hard as possible to make your partner laugh. Okay, so if your partner does not laugh, it means you're doing a terrible job. So make him or her laugh as loud as possible. That way you know that you are successful doing this. Everybody's ready? Okay, let's start the music. Musiknya boleh? Okay, let's start moving our body a little bit, just like this first. Okay, now look at the face of your partner. Start moving your forehead. Okay, forehead. Okay, make him laugh. Yes, you're successful. Excellent. Okay, your forehead. Excellent. Okay, now go down to your nose. Move your nose. Hey, you're laughing. Good. Your nose. Your nose. Okay, make him laugh. Okay, now your eyes. Your eyes. Blinking your eyes. Yeah. Yeah. It's like kesetanan, you know. Okay. Good. Okay, now your mouth. Your mouth. Open your mouth. A-I-O-A-O. Make him or her laugh. Excellent. Okay. And then your cheek. Remember, cheek. Oh, cheek. Okay, everybody look at me and do this. Pen. Okay, keep facing your partner, making him or her laugh. Okay, move forward, backward, and then left, and then right. And then left, and then right. Okay, one more. Pull your arms like this. It's like chicken. Okay, you move forward, closer to him or her. You move backwards. Okay, and then you move around like this. Okay, you move clockwise. Okay, it's good. Up and down. Up again and down again. Now point your finger toward your partner and shout loud. Ha 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 ha. Come on. Hey, hey, oh. Cuba, 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 Cuba. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay, round of applause for everybody. Thank you, please sit down. Let me catch a breath. So hopefully everybody relax now. A bit more fresh. Okay, now that everybody's smiling, we can start the presentations. All right. I would begin with a story, my personal story. Actually, I have shared this story 2 years ago during the Symex 2014 in Palembang. But at the moment, I have a very short amount of time, so I could not explore much at the time. Now, today, I have more time, so I'd like not just telling the story, but go deeper into the concept behind the story, as well as showing you some case studies so that after you going back home or going back to your company, you know how to implement it. It has something to do with the theme of these exhibitions, leadership. Okay. It was during the general elections in 2004, so it's like 12 years ago. At that moment, I was appointed as the press relation manager of the general election office in Jakarta. So my responsibility ranged from organizing a simple press conference to helping organizing a big event, widely publicized event such as the national presidential debate. Right. Now I'd like to talk a bit more about the later, the presidential debate. There's something we can learn from it. When the election office announced the date of the debate, I realized that I had a problem. Why? Because that particular date is on the same week with my long-planned honeymoon. You see? So I was a newlywed couple, and we had planned this honeymoon for months, and I had filed an annual leave for that particular week months before, and I've paid for everything. It's not cheap. We plan to go to Europe for 2 weeks. It's all paid up. So if I cancel the honeymoon, it will cost me a lot of money, and I didn't want that. So I have to think, what is the solutions? Then I remember that I have a deputy, someone who I'm happy to been able to work with her for the past year. She's very smart, she was very hardworking, very disciplined. And during that year I was working with her, I had no complaint. She never ceased to impress me. So I strongly believe that she was more than capable of taking that responsibility, running the presidential debate event. Okay, so I decided to delegate the task to her. Now, of course, I'm not the kind of person who just delegate and leave, right? I want to make sure that she is ready, that she was ready, that the event will go smoothly. So I help her prepare. We plan and plan and plan up to a very detailed, very meticulously planning. And also make sure that the budget was there, appropriate for the whole event. And we try to anticipate everything, including we try to coordinate closely with all relevant parties, the political parties, election committee, and the media. So one day before I leave to Europe, I check again and check again and check again, and set all the contingency plan with her until I'm very confident that the event will run smoothly and become a very successful event. And once I'm confident, then I leave Jakarta for 2 weeks. So, to cut the story short, came back to Indonesia, I go to the office and met her. And when I met her in the office, she didn't look happy. In fact, she looked upset. I asked, why? What happened? And she replied, everything's wrong. Everything just went horribly wrong. I said, what's wrong? I didn't hear any complaint from my family or friends. Everything looks fine. Yeah, if you look the debate from your TV, then you don't see the problem. But behind the stage, Indra, it was hell, she said. Hell? Could you elaborate on that? And then she told the whole story. She said that everything changed at that day. Nothing that we have planned before for weeks actually worked. Everybody, election committee, the media, and conflicting political parties, they all tried to use their power to steer the event, to turn the event, to turn the situation toward their favor, toward their interest. And this person, my deputy, was in the middle of that conflicting powers, right? And she got under pressure. And what she did then was not really helping. In the middle of that crisis, in that war zone, she actually did something which is not solving problem, but actually ended up upsetting everybody. Not just the political parties, not just the election committee, not just the media, but also her own team. And that's why she called that day as hell. Now, I have a question to you. What do you think was the problem? apart from me being on my honeymoon during a crucial time. Of course, I admit to that. So I have contributions to the problem. But apart from that, what do you think was the problem? I mean, I planned ahead. I created contingency plan. I coordinated with relevant parties. I thought of everything. And she was a very capable project manager. At least I thought so. So what do you think happened? Oh, change questions. What do you think was the problem? Anybody care to answer? Yes, please. What do you think?
Uncertainty condition.
Yes, okay.
Uh,
That's the situation.
and then
a lot of uncertainties there, okay?
and then change at the critical moment.
Changes at the very critical moment. Thank you. Anybody else, please? Yes.
I think you are as the supervisor need
Yeah.
to have a monitor as well the situation. I
Yeah.
mean, even you have a honeymoon, but you still need to know about the current situation
Okay.
because he didn't have experience in the critical situation.
Thank
So,
you.
Yeah, monitoring, controlling. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. That I didn't do. I just leave everything to her and have fun with my wife. Okay. Yes. Anybody else, please? Yes? Pak? Okay.
Blaming others' attitude. Blaming
Sorry?
others' attitude.
Blaming others' attitude. So it's her attitude of blaming others might be the problem. Thank you. Anybody else? Please, maybe, yes, up in front.
Personally, I think deep inside she will have a problem with her leadership because we already have a team behind our back. So if we face a lot of problem, we can use all of our team powers and lead them to the right way.
Perfect. Okay, round of applause for everybody here. Thank you, especially for the one answering. Okay, now the last answer was very interesting. And that actually is also my conclusions, right? Again, apart from me being away during critical time, not doing monitoring enough, yes, that's also the problem. I think that's the main problem, okay? But apart from that, I realized then, at the moment when she told me all her problems during that day, I realized one thing that I didn't realize before. What was that? This is what I realized. She was actually good with managerialship. I mean, I never had complaint about her work. All the events that was running during that year was okay. And she did all that. But I didn't realize that even though she was good with managerialship, she wasn't so good at leadership. Now, you might be wondering now, so what is the difference between managerialship and leadership? Well, if you are wondering that question now, good, because John Correr, Harvard business professor, also wondering about that. And fortunately for us, he got the answer. He wrote the answer on an article in Harvard Business Review. The article titled, "What Leaders Really Do." And this is his answer. Management, according to John Correr, is about coping with complexity. It brings order and predictability to our situations. The body of knowledge of management actually evolves and develops during the industrial revolutions, you see. At the time, big factories were built. Hundreds, even thousands of employees, workers, go every day to that factory, work, in hoping that at the end of the day, they produce certain outputs. And it becomes more complex. The work being done, the activities, how to measure things become very, very complex. So the factory owners need to be certain that their investment pays off. By what? By all the workers do their job effectively, efficiently. So at the end of the day, they know that it produces certain profits, right? And that's how the management body of knowledge actually develops. Now, the problem is that organizations, company, eventually they have to change. Or at least they have to adapt with change. And according to Kotter, when that comes, when they have to adapt with change, then management is no longer enough. He said that when that day comes, when they have to adapt with change, then you need leadership. So leadership in his definition is about having to cope, learning to cope with rapid change. He illustrated in his article, he used the analogy of a military organizations. You see, the military during peacetime, all you need is management. All you need is running the system, running all procedures very well. Then everything will be fine, right? But during times of war, management is no longer enough. Even though if the headquarters, the general, had already had, let's say, information from the intel and then tried to devise a strategy, a plan of attack or a plan of defense up to a very detailed planning, and then start sending or deploying troops to the battle zone. What happened in the battle zone? What happened in the battle zone is always unpredictable. Enemy comes from different directions. Enemy comes with a different number of resources, of troops, of people. Weather changes. So the commander of the troops need to change the strategy. In fact, maybe ditch the plan away and start thinking new way to use the resources they have and then keep the morale of the troops high and then fine, in whatever it takes, we have to meet the objective with all the resources we can, with minimum casualty. Now, that is when management is no longer enough. What you need then is leadership. Right. Now, when we looked again, the story I told you in the beginning of my presentations, during that day, the presidential debate day, that was war zone. So whatever management that we have done before, the planning, contingency plan, and everything, all the resources, it didn't work. It's not enough. It's not that it's not important. It is still important, but it's definitely not enough. And unfortunately, my deputy was not mature enough to have that level of leadership to cope with such rapid change. Now, look around today. The industry, any industry around us, any businesses around us, we are in a VUCA situations. This is an acronym which has become a catchphrase today in the business world. VUCA, I'm sure everybody have heard about it. Volatile, and then uncertain, and then complex, and then ambiguous. This is what happened. This makes every one of us is as if we are the commander of troops inside a war zone. So again, this is a time where we need leadership because VUCA impacting all projects. I'm going to give you an example from one of my clients. This client is one of the largest mining operator company in Indonesia with tens of thousands of employees, lots of projects around Indonesia. And some of the projects, some of the sites is the largest in Southeast Asia. During my consulting for this company for the last 4 years, everybody agrees that we are in the midst of uncertainties. In the mining industry, uncertainty can be in the form of as simple as weather changes or the coal prices, right? But more and more they understand that leadership is needed more than ever. But sadly, not all project managers appreciate leadership. Not all project managers understand the need, the importance of leadership. Some project managers, I'm not talking everybody here, of course, I'm talking about somebody else out there. They think Just by having a smart guy in the room who can predict everything and then plan everything, do all the contingency plan, prepare all the resources, make sure everybody in the right place at the right time, at the right positions, then everybody will be okay. Some of these project managers didn't realize the need of leadership. They think managership is enough. Well, it is true before. Before FUCA came, it was true. And that's what makes the company as big as today. Now, I'll give you a real case study. So I promise you to give you a case study. Here's one. Okay. One of the project site of this company has problem. The problem is that this site used to be the most profitable project site for the company. The most profitable. But for the last 2 years, this same site has become the worst in profitability. Even I think they recorded hundreds of billions of rupiah loss in just one semester. So a lot of loss. So what did the company do? Of course, they have to do something about it, right? And what did they do is they're sending their best person to handle the situation, right? So let's call his name, say, John, for example. Yeah, I could not tell you the real name or the real company, even though you can guess, right? So let's say his name is John. John is a veteran project manager. He has been in the company for more than 20 years. He's very brilliant, smart. He handled lots of difficult projects and always come out successful. So the company is very confident in him that he could solve the problem. So John went to the site in order to find a way to create turnaround in profitability. Right? And he targeted himself that by the end of the year, not only the site become profitable, but he will contribute 300 billion Indonesian rupiah in November and 160 billion in October. A very ambitious one, but he's very confident. So what he did when he went to the site, of course, what he did first is diagnose, evaluating everything inside the sites, trying to find out what is the problem, what needs to be fixed, etc. And then he found the solutions, of course. What is the solutions? First, he resized the project. He know that if in that site runs that large size project, it will be a lot of waste, a lot of unused equipment and people. So he has to resize the project up to an optimal level. He can calculate the equilibrium things, etc., which I don't actually understand. But he knows that if we resize the project this way, then there is an opportunity for us to actually make a profitable venture at the end of the year. Okay. So after resizing the project, what else? Well, he said, we need to boost productivity. And he calculated again. So if we can have the level of productivity 682 BCM per hour in November and 660 BCM per hour in October, then everything will be fine. Because this BCM correlates directly to profitability. Okay, so next questions, how can you make sure that you can get that level of productivity? Oh, simple. After looking at all the situations, what we need to do is do more blasting. You see, you blast the land so you can get the coal easily. Okay, excellent. So how sure are you that if you do that, then you will get the end result of 300 billion in profit, gross profit? And he answered 95%. And that 5% is the weather. Okay, acceptable. Because you can't control that. Now, 3 weeks ago, I met with him and asked the questions, okay, how did it go? Did it go well according to your plan? He said, yes, mostly, okay. What's not according to the plan? Well, it turns out that not all land can be blasted. So I have to find another way, okay? So what did you do? This guy is very smart. He knows everything about mining. So he said, okay, that's simple. Actually, we go to the next best thing. What is it? Reaping. So reaping the land. Okay, have you done it before? Oh, I've done it for, I think, last 10 years. Even before you ask me, I already do that. I already reap the land. Okay, good. So are you still confident that you can meet your target in November? He said, yes. How many percent? Still 95. Wow. That gives confidence in me. But last week, I just met the guy. Asked the same question again. How did it go? I'm still confident in it. And his answer was quite different. He answered, well, Indra, yes and no. Right? Yes, because he managed to be able to increase the production to 657 BGM, only 3 points below the target. So that is successful. But he said, I'm not successful in getting the gross profit margin up. And that is weird, because you said, if you get to that BCM level, then you will eventually get to 160 billion. Yes, I didn't account for one thing, Indra. And what was that? It's production delays. The production delay causing the loss of profits. The production is high, the productivity is high, but the delay reduced the profit. And I ask again, what causes the delay? What do you think causes the delay? It's people. So production delay has nothing to do with system, because he had the best system in place. Has nothing to do with procedures, because procedures has been proven years that it will create the result he intended. The problem with production delay is always people. The cause is people. The people didn't do their work as intended, especially the supervisors. It turns out that the supervisors in the site then do their job, which is supervising. And the supervisors of the supervisors also didn't do their job well. And also the supervisors of the supervisors of the supervisors also didn't do their job well, which is supervising. So interestingly, at the end of our meeting, he concluded this, and I quote, when I asked my fellow project managers why he failed achieving his target, and he answered, leadership factor. I would think that he was just lazy. Leadership was just an excuse for him not willing to think more and do more. See, this guy is a thinker. He's brilliant, he's smart. You know, people should be as brilliant as him, should think as much as him, should do as much as him. Now, the following sentence is giving revelations. He said this, but now, if you ask me why I failed achieving my target, I will answer leadership factor as well. But not because I'm lazy, because it is true. So this is what I meant, or what John Carter meant by, in times of rapid change, you cannot only cling on managerialship. You have to take a role, an active role as leaders. Okay. Now, here's another quote, an interesting one from Quinn Mills, from his book, The Importance of Leadership. He said this, a good leader makes a success of a weak business plan, but that a poor leader can ruin even the best plan. And that's what happened to this site. That's what happened to the presidential debate. In terms of planning, I think, well, in my opinion, and his opinion, it was already great. Perfect even, he thought. But failed eventually. Why? Because of leadership factor. Not because they are lazy, but because it is true. Okay. Only got 30 minutes left. Thank you. So I could take days talking about this. I'll make it quick. This is the survey of the impact of poor leaders. It is a survey of 300 HR managers, says that 59% of them say that poor leadership results in higher staff turnover. 65% said that poor leadership causes loss of productivity. 25% said that it causes lower productivity. So it fits to the picture of the sites I've been telling you about. There's another survey. 73% of HR executives said that poor leadership was the #1 cause for low employee morale, outnumbering workload and salary by a wide margin. So if anybody, your team members, resign, most likely he resigned because of you. Okay, not because of the salary, not because of the workload, because of us, the leader. Okay, now, what happened to good leaders? This is the numbers, okay? Good leaders actually produce 2.8 times higher financial performance, 4.6 times higher customer satisfaction, 4.7 higher in productivity. 20 to 60% employees said when they have good leaders, then they feel more productive. And this is the details of it, okay? I think you can have my slides asking, yeah, right? So, skip this. So, question, how do we lead then? We know now that we need to instill leadership in our project management endeavors. But how do we lead, actually? Now, to get the answer of this question, let's go back to John Carr and ask him, okay, John, how do we lead? Well, in his article, he came up with this specific differentiation between managerialship and leadership. We can start from that. This is what he said. Management involves planning and budgeting. Leadership involves setting directions. So if you are a leader, then what you do first is setting directions. Why you start the project in the first place? Why do we take this project in the first place? What are we trying to achieve? Not just numbers, not just profits, not just all the quantitative things, but also the spirit of it. Why is it important? What's in it for them? What's this project in terms of a bigger picture? To make everybody who involved in the project think they are part of something big, something ideal, something bigger than themselves. And once you have established that, then you can start planning and budgeting. Okay. Management involves organizing and staffing. Leadership involves aligning people. So once you have your plan set up with all the contingency plans and as well as having the budget right, then you start to make people or you have to prepare the organizations, the people, to run the project, right? So what you do is you're organizing, you create an organizational structure with a clear commands, you have a balanced workload for everybody, clear scope of work, etc., and then you put the right man on the right place. That is management. So what does a leader do? Aligning people. Why? Because just because we have set up a perfect organizational structure, a perfect workloads, and what people should do in their positions, and in putting the right person on the positions, it doesn't mean that everybody will go to the same directions, because people have different interests, people have different needs, and maybe we think everybody is in line, but actually it is not. Everybody go to different directions. When that happens, leadership is needed. So leadership is sort of like making sure people going forward the same directions. Management provides control and solve problems. Leadership provides motivations. When you have everything set and you start asking people to do their job well, and when they do that, they will face problems and challenges. They will fail. So what does a manager do? A manager will provide control, making sure that the deviation is as low as possible. And if that happens, deviation, then he has to come down and solve the problem, make sure everybody back on track again. That is management. But what does a leader do? A leader motivates. Because sometimes when you fail doing things, you start losing face. And people don't like losing face. And sometimes it also lowers your motivations. People don't like that. So what a leader do is bring up that motivation again, making sure that they still have the confidence of doing their job right, of wanting to move forward with whatever challenges that they have until we actually get to the finish line. Okay, so to make things a little bit clearer about the differences between managership and leadership, and we can answer the question, how do we lead? So another case study, second case study. Still the same company, different challenge. The challenge is this. One of the sites has a low physical availability of units. Yeah, it's actually 83%, which is low in that company, right? And the company wants to increase the PA, physical availability. And that's the target, 89%, from 83 to 89% in October, and then 91% in November. Now this is challenging the target because even the management says that, wow, this is not easy because you only have 3 months to do it. Okay, some sites, it takes years for them to actually meet the target, but he accepted the challenge. And this is what he did. First, evaluate the situations, of course. And when he evaluated these situations, he found out that, well, the system is not perfect, but it's there. The procedure might not be perfect, but it's there. The people already work toward the goal, but the problem is they don't really meant it. They don't really put the effort into it. They don't really make sure that they are doing it right. So what he did was, firstly, he created this meeting, weekly meeting, daily meeting, in order to increase cross-function coordinations, because he found out that the departments, they don't talk to each other. The engineering department, the operation department, safety, the MEO department doesn't talk to each other. And that is why they work according to their own assumptions. And that's why physical availability was low. So, meeting. And not just meeting, but he set up the directions. Why is the meeting being held? What is the purpose? Why we should increase the PA? What's in it for them? Until he got buy-in from everybody. Okay. What next? He personally assisted his team to improve the capability in creating a worksite plan. So there was already a worksite plan, but low quality. So he thought, if I can improve the quality, then more likely it will have positive effect to physical availability. But I can't just tell them to improve it. I have to help them improving it. I can't just send them to trainings. I have to go down myself, not just teaching them, but help them formulate the right site work plan. And he did for, I think, about 10 days. He worked with the team in the site, creating a new work site plan. And what happened, the team members start seeing, hey, this guy come from the office, stay with us for 10 days, helping us doing this, so it must be important. So we felt the same, that all this time we didn't thought it was important. So because it is important, then we have to think more, we have to do more, we have to put more effort into creating this work plan. And that's what happened. The work plan improved significantly. Okay. And lastly, he knew that he couldn't be there forever, so there's a new appointed department manager for that particular work, and then he sort of like prepared that person in order to continue the process. Now, all this, he didn't actually touch the system much or the procedures, not much planning there, because he saw the problem is people. So he touched the people. He fixed the morality, the spirit, the effort of the people. It is leadership. And what happened, result is, this mid-October, I just met him earlier this week. He said he has achieved not 89% as the target for this month, but 92%. He already exceeded the November target. Why? Well, one of them is because he focused on leadership. Okay, so, on the left side is management, on the right side is leadership. When we talk about management, we tend to talk more about our head, the brain, the thinking part. But when we talk about leadership, actually we talk about what? The heart, yes. So leadership is about touching others people's hearts. Using what? Brain or heart? So using your heart to touch other people's heart. Management is about using your brain, touching other people's brain. So managership focus on tasks. How can we design the best tasks? How can we divide it tasks, weigh up tasks, etc. But leadership talks about people. Now, question is, where do we belong? Left or right? Okay. Now, this is what John Cotter said. Corporations today are overmanaged and under-led. So more people are on the left side rather than on the right side. This is from EY. 80% of issues surrounding project failure are people issue. So most problem, is it on the left or on the right? On the right. So we focus more on the left, while the problem mostly on the right. Okay, so how do we approach this? Well, we are project manager. If we just look at the title itself, manager means we do management. Not necessarily, it's just a title. So what we can do is spice up a little bit. Not just project management, perhaps a project leader. So we also put our heart into it. We touch other people's heart. We focus also on people, not just tasks. And we do all this leadership stuff. It doesn't mean that we have to choose, because John Corey himself said it's not an option. You have to do both. You have to be a leader manager. You have to be a project manager who can lead people, not just organizing tasks. Okay. Now, final case study. This is a challenging one. Still same company. And there is this guy, a senior guy, who is assigned to ensure safety in all project sites. There are 14 sites altogether. And the safety record was not so good. And he was responsible to increase the safety level, right? The target is this: incident level below threshold. And then safety program completed 95%. Now this is the constraint. He has no subordinates, no team, right? And he has no authority to people. He cannot command people to do as he wish. He's just one single person in the oceans of tens and thousands of employees, no team, no authorities on commanding people, and yet he was given a very challenging task. So if you are him, what do you think you would do? Okay, no time for asking questions, just answers then. This is what he did, okay? He understands strongly that the only way for him to get this done is through other people, which is the OMs, the operational managers. The OM is the boss of project managers. 4 project managers, 1 OM. So if he can increase the concern of the OM, and then the OM sort of like push to the PM to put more emphasis on safety, then his goal will be achieved. But the question is, how could he do that? He has no power, no authority whatsoever, because OM is his colleague, not his subordinates, right? So during a meeting with the director, he proposed for the renewal of safety commitment of everybody. So it ended up that every OM need to sign a safety commitment in front of the operational director. So okay, that's the first step. What's the second step? He managed to put an agenda in the weekly meeting for the OM to present the AA incident by themselves. Before, it was always him presenting, okay, there's an AA incident in this site, and then it happens because of this. So he's the only person thinking and doing about safety. But now he wants to shift that. So instead of him presenting the AA incident, he made his colleague do it in a very subtle way. Okay, not enough. During monthly meeting, where everybody was there, including the directors, the OMs, the PMs, he presented all the safety records, safety reports of all sites, including where is the reds, the greens, and the yellows, right? So everybody can see if, let's say, I'm the PM or I'm the OM of one particular site who's the report full of reds instead of green, then I'll be ashamed there. And the director will come to me and then ask questions. Why is it happening? What have you done to prevent it? What have you done to correct it? And if I don't have the answer, I'll be dead on the spot. So it sort of like politely forces them to prepare answering the questions, right? So somehow the OM start to concern more about safety. They think more about safety. They put more time working on safety. Because OM has no direct control over the site, then what they do is pushing the PM who has control over the site. So all this works in harmony, creating new concerns about safety. And this is lastly what he did. This is just 2 weeks ago. he would send emails asking the OM, okay, about the report I presented yesterday, can you send me the PICA report? The PICA is Problem Identifications Corrective Action Report. I just want to make sure that I put it in my next month's report so that the directors know that you've done something right there. So I'm trying to help you here. And what happened? If the OM or the PM hasn't done anything during that time, they got panic, right? Okay, I have to do something. Where's the PICA? Let's do something. Because next month when, let's say his name is Tom, when Tom presents what happened in our side, it will be green, not red. So everybody start to focus on safety. And what was the result? The result is this. Safety program completed 98% and incident level below threshold. Why is that? He focused on people. He tried to find what is the hot button of the OMs. If I push that button, then he will do as I expect them to do. See, that is leadership. Okay, this is the numbers. See, focus on the April to August. 5 years in a row, incident level above threshold. Terrible. And he started his initiative here. And he already see results. Incident level goes down. And that happened because he focused on people. Now, if somebody who has no team, no subordinates, no authority can make such huge changes, I believe that everyone here who has team, who has people you can command, and you have authority, I think you can do much better in making your corporations, your project a lot better. Do you agree? Yeah? Okay, round of applause for you. Thank you. Okay. Right. So, perhaps today we start to not just know, but hopefully convince to start putting leadership into our project management. Now, I only have about 10 minutes. I like to use that 10 minutes to give away a voucher. Who wants a voucher? I have 5 vouchers here. This is a workshop vouchers. You can use it to go to one of my workshops. This is the workshop. It's about building culture of innovation within a company using an approach called gamifications. There will be 4 speakers, including myself. It's in Jakarta on the November 3rd, 2016. So it's about 2 weeks from now. Now, I have this voucher. Each voucher is valued 1 million Indonesian rupiah. Okay? Now, do you want this or not? Okay? Now, what you have to do to get this voucher is participate in a pop quiz. So I believe everybody likes a pop quiz. Right? So I have 10 questions I would like to ask you. And whoever can get the right answer, and then I will score each one of you, right? So there are scoring system. Now the top 5, what do you call it? The top 5 winners will get this one each, okay? Would you like to do that? It's a pop quiz. Don't worry, you already know the answer if you are paying attention since the beginning of the presentations. Yeah, if you were asleep, I don't know whether you can answer the questions. Okay, so this is my way of finding out, are you asleep or are you actually awake? Okay, now, how do you do this? Can I ask everybody to take your mobile phones out? We're going to use your mobile phone for this pop quiz. You will use your mobile phone to answer the questions. Okay, so please open the web browser on your mobile phone and then type www.kahoot.it as shown on the screen. Kahoot.it. Okay. Okay. Kahoots. Okay. Now, once you open that website, oops, excuse me. Okay, could you pelanin sedikit, Pak? Now, everybody open the website, and then it says there, please enter your PIN. Okay, there's a problem here. I cannot show this on the screen. Okay, put that game pin on your mobile phone. 554971. Okay, and once you do that, there's another box you need to fill in. That is your nickname. Please put your nickname there. It can be your real name or some alias you like. Okay, and then, okay, we already have 6 players, 7 players, 8, 10, 14 players. Okay, make sure everybody's on the board. Okay, how many now we have? Whoa, that was quick. Wow, we have 61 players, 62, 63, 66. We're still waiting for other players. 69. Oh, we have Super Mario in here. Wow. Nice. 74 players. Has everybody already joined in? Can we start? Okay, we can start. Oh, okay. No, let's wait. 76 players now. Okay, let's just wait for a few seconds, making sure everybody join in. 17. Oh, we have a princess. Nice. I hope she wins. Or he wins. I don't know. Okay. Right. Sun Gokong. Oh, wow. Wow, such a variety of players. 80 players. Okay, that should be enough. 80 players here. So, has anybody not able to join in the game? Okay, you haven't joined in the game? Cool guy. Wow, I wonder who he is. Cool guy. Okay. Adeka. Okay. Okay, everybody in the game, right? Okay, let's begin now. Oh, Cak Lontong also here. I don't know him in the room. Okay, so let's just start. We're running out of time. Okay, I have 10 questions, and each question you have to answer within 20 seconds. See? And the way the scoring goes is not only give score for the right answer, but also how fast can you answer. So if you pick the right answer and then do it quickly, then you have a higher score than other person who picked the right answer but taking longer than you, right? Okay, now a question will pop up, and then you have to find the answer below. There are 4 answer you can choose. Then you just press on your mobile phone the symbol that correlates with the answer you choose on the screen. Okay, so you choose your answer on your mobile phone, but you see the question on the screen. Okay, we shall begin now. Let's begin. 10 questions. Get ready. Management is about, you have 20 seconds. Choose, is it red, green, yellow, or blue? Press on your mobile phone the answer you pick. Okay, 10 seconds more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! let's see the answer. Yeah, it should be green, coping with complexity. 32 people get it right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Dewey has the highest score for now, okay? Next questions. Leadership is about what? You have 20 seconds. Is it accepting change? Is it bringing order? Is it coping with complexity? Is it coping with rapid change? Pick your answer on your mobile phone. Yes, we have 79 answers. Some people hasn't answered. 80. Oh, okay, let's see. The right answer is what? Leadership is about? Yeah, cope with rapid change. So 55% got it right. So let's see who won up until now. Diai Lova with 1,896 score. Okay, let's next. Which of the following statement is true? Not all project managers appreciate leadership. Project management is identical to leadership. All project managers are good at leadership. Project management does not need leadership. Choose your answer. Come on, 7 seconds. 5 seconds more. We only got 68 answers. Come on, everybody. Yes. Okay. Okay, the answer is not all project managers appreciate leadership. 58 of you got it right. So, still Diai Lova. I like to know who is Diai Lova in this room. Wow, okay. So, next, don't worry, you still have choices. What was the number one cause for low employee morale? Is it low salary, overtime work, high workload, poor leadership? This is easy. I got everybody got it right. Otherwise, I haven't done a good job presenting today. Okay, anyone else? 82. Oh, everybody has answered. Oh, 83. Okay, we still got 3 seconds left and see who's right. Yeah, poor leadership. 77 of you. So, okay, not bad, not bad. So I'm doing quite okay. Still Diai Lova. Wow. I wonder who can beat this person. Let's see. Hopefully, next question, somebody please get her or him off the chart. Please. Okay. Which of the following statement is true? Leadership involves planning and budgeting. Management involves aligning people. Management provides control and solves problems. Leadership involves organizing and staffing. Place your answer. Yeah, time's up. And the answer is management provides control and solves problem. And see, she's still there. Diai Lova. Wow. Somebody please take her out. Okay, next is still opportunity. Which of the following statement is wrong? Leadership involves setting directions. Management involves planning and budgeting. Leadership involves aligning people. Management provides motivation. Yeah, 5 seconds left. Right, management provides motivation. That is the wrong answer. 56 got it right. Okay, see, still Diai Lova. Wow, wow, beginning to wonder who she or he might be. Okay, don't worry, still chance to win. Next, corporations today, according to John Corder, are overled and overmanaged, underled and overmanaged, overled and undermanaged, underled and undermanaged. Tricky questions, eh? Yep. Yes, time's up. And the answer is underled and overmanaged. 37 got it right. Oh, less than half. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so don't worry. Still Diai Lova. Okay. Can I know who is Diai Lova at the moment? Oh, could you stand up, please? Yeah, give a round of applause for her. Okay. Now, once we finish appreciating her, now start killing her, okay? Get her out of the chart, okay? Okay, enough appreciating, now start getting her off the chart. Okay, so, go. Which of the following word is not correlated with leadership? Heart, people, motivation, tasks. This is easy. See? A lot of people answer it very quickly, so it must be an easy question. Still few people still thinking. Yeah. Okay, 4 more people still thinking. Oh, time's up. Which one is it? Yeah, it's task. Yes, it's task. So, 73 people got it right. Okay, still there, Ilova. Wow, keep up the good work, young lady, while we are trying to get you off the chart. Okay, next, question 9. According to EY, 80% of the issues surrounding project failure are budget issues, managerial issues, people issues, planning issues. Okay, this is easy. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, 78 answers, 9. So, yes, people issues. Okay, 69 got it right. Now, for the final question. Yeah, oh, before that, let's see who wins. Still the Ilova. Okay, but not just the Ilova, but we have Aji Hanitya, Ayashi, Nuta, Henrik L. Okay, okay. Hopefully you guys are still on the chart once this is finished to get the voucher from me. Okay, one final question, the most difficult one, the most important one. What is the name of this session's presenter? Is it Gatot Brajamusti? Is it Dimas Kanjeng Taat Pribadi? Is it Lambe Tuah or Indrawan Nugroho? Well, not everybody get the joke, right? I see somebody still confused. What's so funny about that? Okay, you should look up on the Google, right? Okay, that's 1% think I am Lambe Tuah. Oh, I must be, you know, a biang gossip, right? Gossipers, Lambe Tuah. Okay, so the winner is Dea Ilova, Chanita, Shashi, Hendrik Allen, Hipaki. Please come to me after the work, after these sessions to get your prize. Thank you very much, everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Very exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have time for one question. So somebody wants to ask questions to Pak Indrawan?
Please, come on. One question. Okay.
Where did you get this program?
Oh, this Kahoot? Yeah? Yeah, okay. You just go to getkahoot.it. Just browse it on Google. Getkahoot.com. Okay. Anybody else?
One more question?
Yes? Maybe something that to do with leadership? Okay, I must have done
Does
a
Pak
great job.
Indrawan has more
Right.
voucher to give?
No.
So everybody, let's put our hands together for Pak Indrawan Nugroho.
Thank you very much.
And Pak Indrawan, would you please still remain on the stage?
Pak Arisman, please.
And we would like to invite Bapak Arisman Indrawan, President of the PMI Indonesia chapter, to present the token of appreciation to our keynote speaker, Bapak Indrawan Nugroho.